I tried something as an entrepreneur that I never tried before. In fact, the scariest thing ever, and that is selling a 5-figure service and product. This is a video of how I conquered my fears, put my big girl pants on, and grossed $97,000 in sales within 90 days from high ticket selling. So I was on the phone, being a remote closer, calling people, and it was great. Now, if you're interested in getting into high ticket sales for your business and making 5-figure sales over the phone, go ahead and comment 5 figures down below and let's get into this video. When you dive into high ticket sales, the scariest thing is wrapping your head around how in the hell am I ever going to pitch somebody a 5K, 10K, 20K, whatever, how many K dollar product and actually feel worthy of saying that to somebody in their face, okay? That's the scariest thing. And I bounced around the idea in the beginning earlier this year, and I knew I wanted to go high ticket, right? But I was terrified of sales calls, and I was like, I'm not gonna do sales calls. No way, they're scary. I've heard they're stressful. I've heard, I don't want to do objection handling, like that sounds awful. So what I tried to do was make everything super automated because I am a funnel girl. Like I love funnels. I love them doing the heavy lifting. I love automation. But where I went wrong was I tried to automate it too much. Okay, so I tried to avoid sales calls. I tried to avoid as much as possible getting away from doing that, which was a huge mistake. And I'll talk about that a little later. But I did that because my mindset wasn't right. I honestly, deep down in the subconscious and in conscious levels, like I had money blocks and I was feeling like I wasn't worth selling something for a lot of money. And that was the thing that I had to break through and just like get out of my own way. Like that was blocking me for a very long time. And so the first step in all of this is your almighty mindset. It's the thing right here between your ears that you have to get in check, right? And that is clearing your money blocks and understanding what your beliefs are about money, okay? Because you've been programmed financially, money-wise, to fail. We all have, okay? Unless you're like the lucky 0.5% that that had like, entrepreneurial parents that taught you otherwise. But anyway, that's, yeah. And what I mean by this is, for example, if I go back to when I was in middle school, right? So I went to an all-white school. And I was the only Hispanic girl, the only brown girl. There was no black people, like there was no one else. And there was another person who was Filipino, and that's it. But the money block, and why I bring this up, is because going to that middle school, I went with a bunch of rich white kids, and I was not a rich white girl. Like I was very middle class. We grew up on a military base, and all of my friends at this school had mansions. Like they lived in super big houses. Their parents drove really nice cars. Every day when I went to school, I felt less. Okay, I felt just not good enough. Like, I didn't want people to know where I lived. And so that's just one example out of many, right? And you might have something in the past that carried with you through your adulthood that is like blocking you from making this decision, right? What it's causing you to do is self-sabotage yourself. And so I had to really forgive what happened in the past. I had to cry it out and really be like, go through that pain and understand how I felt during those times and be like, look, that's not the reality anymore. And so what that mindset wise, what that was telling me was like, hey, like my whole life is that you have to be white in order to be rich. And so not to go too deep into the weeds of my story, but I just want to give examples of how things in your past could be blocking you, right? You have to know the value you bring to the table, to your clients. You have to also understand that your clients deserve the best of you, and the best of you have to charge high, okay? You have to have support on your team to be able to go all in and give energy and all this effort to your clients and be able to show up for them. And so you deserve it, All right, you deserve to charge what you want and your worth as a business owner, and your clients deserve the service, the white glove service that you're able to provide for them, okay? And the next part of all of this and how I was able to do this in a 90-day period was to learn sales calls. I had never done sales calls in my life. I consider myself an advanced marketer. Like, you give me any funnel and I understand it, I build it. I love building funnels, and I love copy, I love email marketing, I love it all. But I was always so scared to get on the phone. Like, that was just, to me, I was just like, I could never do that. And even my friends who have businesses where they sell higher ticket, I'm like, well, that's them. That's how they make their money. That's not me. Okay, so I had to learn this from scratch. And so I hired a team to teach me how to make a high ticket funnel. And it's super easy, way easier than course creation, which I go over in this video why I stopped selling courses, because the funnel is so damn complicated. It's crazy, but the high ticket funnel is so simple. They taught me sales training. They're like, okay, this is what you do on a call. Like, this is how you set it up. This is how you keep your, the lead, and you keep control of the call, not the lead. Here's how you handle objections. Here's how you pitch the offer. Here's how you take them, through the emotional things through the call. Because within an hour you're conversating with somebody, and at the end you're pitching, $15K, or at least I was. And they're like, oh, wow. It's like, it's a lot of emotions in a call. And so this team taught me the sales methodology, the flow of the calls, and like how to handle objections. By my 5th call, I did not feel like this was scary at all. I'm like, damn, like, this is not hard at all. And what I learned is that people just want to talk to you in this world of webinars and automated workshops and trainings. It's like, dude, I just want to get on the phone with you. And that's all they want to do, is they want to tell you their story, their pain points, their bottlenecks, and understand how you can help them. That's the whole point of this call, is like saying and showing how you have what they need to solve their problem in this moment. And so another thing is that it was fun to get on the phone with people. I mean, it was really humbling, because there was one woman who had been following me for a long time, and when we got on the phone, and she started crying. She's like, I cannot believe it is you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so honored. And it was just this moment, and it was really, really cool. Okay, so the funnel aspect of everything. The funnel is so easy. I mean, a high ticket funnel is the easiest funnel you'll ever build. It's literally just an opt-in page to collect name and phone number, and email, name, email, and phone number. And then on the next page, it's a thank you page that has a video sales letter. So it's not this long webinar. It's like a 5-minute video that talks about your service, all of the amazing program promises and your guarantees, and then a CTA to book a call. That is it. And if somebody opts in and doesn't book a call, there's about 5 to 6 email sequences that automatically shoot out that encourage people to book a call. And then if they book a call, then there's another 5 or 6 emails that tells people like, oh, here's how to prep for the call. It nurtures them, so it's really, really nice. And then we use Calendly. I mean, Calendly is the most popular calendar app. Like, you just need Calendly and your sales funnel builder, and that's it. Like, that's all you need for this high ticket funnel. The other thing I had to learn, which I never knew about was a thing before, was appointment setting. So what this means is like, on LinkedIn, you can message people encouraging them to get on the phone with you. People that opt into your page but they don't book, you call them and be like, hey, is this possibly a good match? Let's get on an official strategy call and book a sales call that way. So I was doing everything, the appointment setting, the calling, all of that. It got pretty exhausting, but I'll talk about the sales team that we have now later on. But after the call, because it's very rare. Well, I don't want to say very rare, because I'm not an experienced sales closer. Like, I'm just, dipping my toe into this, but there's sales closers who can close somebody at a very high price on one call. I have not been able to do that. It's always taken 2 or 3 calls. And so I always, after the call, send a proposal, a recap of what we talked about, testimonial page, and I always make sure to book a second or third call and get that on the calendar to make sure we have a date to follow up so they can digest what we talked about, and then we'll talk about it on call number 2. By the way, if you are a coach, consultant, a business owner with a service or product, which your YouTube channel can be sending more leads and generating more traffic for you, and right now you have a YouTube channel that is underperforming, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're doing way too much, definitely check out our Subscribers to Sales Ascend program. Okay, this program is all about us going into your YouTube business, hiring and placing a superstar YouTube team onto your channel that 5x's your growth guaranteed within the next 90 days, or we will keep working with you until it happens. So we focus on high converting video strategy, scalable systems, and also a superstar team, which a lot of people get wrong in this industry. So if that interests you, definitely book a YouTube strategy call right here or the first link in the description to learn more about our Ascend program and to see if it aligns and if we would be a good fit to work together. All right, and the other thing that was tough were people no-showing. I think this is just the ultimate like disrespectful thing, is no-showing on a call. It's just respect. It's like, your time is valuable and my time is very damn valuable. Like, why would you stand me up? It's super disrespectful, but a lot of the times people just forget. And the other times people just ghost, right? Just because they want to ghost. So there's the way to, have people get on this call is like, hey, you, like have reminders in your Calendly. There's ways to send people notifications automatically. And I think the hardest part were the no-shows, because it's like, if you just be nice and say like, hey, I want to respect your time. I can't do this call. Can we reschedule? Or like, hey, I don't want to do this. Anything except no-showing. No-showing is the absolute worst. But that kind of sucked, but it's just part of the sales call game. You're going to get no-shows no matter what. It's good to keep the no-show rate down to 20%. In that range. And so this brings me to my next point, is alignment. Okay, and this all has to do with my spiritual awakening this year, is keeping alignment and what my heart wants at the top of mind, because your most aligned and wonderful clients are going to join you. Okay, when you have a prospect that's like, I'm all in, I'm 10 out of 10, and they just completely fall off the earth and they ghost you and they end up not joining, that just means that a better client for you is coming. Okay, and is one that's in way more alignment, one that's way more easier to coach and to provide this service for. That just means like that's what I feel like that means. Everything is all about alignment to me nowadays. And so I guess don't stress too much about like not being able to close a client that just kind of goes MIA, and it starts being disrespectful in the sense that they just ghost you and no-show. And the exciting part about this whole process is now I have a whole sales team. So now I have an appointment setter and a sales closer, and they are amazing. And if you want to learn more about that, definitely subscribe to this channel, because I'll be posting more about high ticket sales teams, closers, appointment setters, and like best practices and things we're doing on our team. So definitely stay tuned for that. I really hope that this video will help you overcome money blocks and help you overcome your next biggest fear that you're fearing on taking in your business, because more than likely the thing that you're most scared of to do in your business is the thing you absolutely must do next, because you have to conquer it, you have to learn it, you have to fail at it so that you can learn and get those very valuable lessons. So that's what I hope you got from this lesson today. And if you like this video, I know you're going to love the video coming up next, all about digital products, kind of switching the topic, but the truth behind making easy 5K passive income with low ticket digital products. Check it out. It's going to be a good one. All right. The age-old battle between AI faceless automated YouTube channels and a personal branded YouTube channel